Hey everyone, hello you, and welcome to my channel, John Mayfield's channel. And we're here today to talk about, this is day 4 of mental health. So mental health worldwide day was on Sunday, and I decided to do a little bit of mental health, addressing different things to help you in your life. Whether you've got mental health or whether someone else in your family has, it's never a problem to learn something new, to be guided to different ways to help you in your life. Now, you know, when you put yourself under the umbrella of mental health, that can be just like you're feeling a bit hacked off and not sure how to move forward, or it could be a deep, dark depression, anxiety, suicidal sort of thoughts and those kind of things. So mental health does fall into a lot of different categories. So we've covered quite a few things already in the last few days. So today we're talking about, I can't remember, we're talking about different ways and exercises to release what no longer serves you. So that's the good thing. So different ways to release what no longer serves you. So often the reasons that you get mental health reasons that you get mental health is because you've got a build up of stuff in your subconscious that you know is impinging on your daily life. So you want to flow forward in your daily life, but subconscious stuff comes in and it says, no, you're not doing that, you're not doing that, you've got a block from here and you've got this going on there and this did that and that did that. So really what we're doing is we're releasing what's stored in the subconscious mind to help you to move forward more freely excuse me, to help you to flow freely in your life. And it's important that you do that, because if you don't, you're just going to be forever in this stuck position, but the stuck gathers more stuck. So it's like, you know, when you see algae in a pond, you gather more algae gathers if you're not releasing it. So I can't see who's coming in, but I can see that there's a few of you starting to come in. So I'll just say, I keep wanting to say good morning. The whole of these sessions, I've wanted to say good morning, so I must be talking to someone in another country. Here we are in the UK and it's 1 o'clock, so it is good afternoon. So it's okay for you just to be lurking there in the background, as long as you can take something from what we're talking about. So we're talking about mental health. Hey Leah, we're talking about mental health. We're talking about ways and exercises to release yourselves from certain kinds of mental health, to release yourselves in daily life, because sometimes your whole life becomes a big clog of something and you can't really see where you're going. So to find little exercises to help yourselves is invaluable. So hi Leah, hi Georgina, good afternoon to you. And Tamara, so good morning Tamara, good afternoon even. I don't know why I'm saying that. I've been saying it all week. So I just want to say thank you for you to be here. And I know some of you have been here all week with me, and I do appreciate that, and I do appreciate all the shares that you do to different people in different groups, because it's not just the people that are actually on here now, it's the people that are watching back, the people that find me on YouTube and just take a look at what's going on. So what are some of the exercises and ways you use to release yourself from your mental health, to release your mind from your mental health? And we've already gone over some of these in the sessions that we've had already. So do you want to share with us some of your ways of letting go? Some of the ways that we've already, talked about, if you like. Let's have a look. So one of the ways for me is always the words that you say, and the words that you think. So changing the words that you say, changing the words that you think to something more positive. Because generally speaking, when we've got mental health, we talk and think about things in the more negative way than the positive way. So to think differently, to speak differently, to let go of some words and bring in others. Keep a log of the words that you use consistently that are negative, and write a few words for each negative word that you can change it to in the future. Writing, clearing out. So writing. I do something called write it, rip it, burn it, flush it. And I know we've talked about this already this week. So to write things on a piece of paper. So this could be about a situation in my life, but I would fill the whole page with just, it doesn't have to make sense, you can just write words on it. And then I'd write it, I'd rip it up. Sometimes that can make you cry, make you get angry when you're ripping up the words on the page, and rip it. And then I always burn it in a safe place and flush it down the toilet. I flush it down the toilet because it takes it out to the ocean, somewhere where that I will never find it again. You'll never find a speck of your dust in the ocean. You never will. It's just not going to happen. So that's another way of doing that. So another way is called cutting cords. Now I have a Facebook group called Universal-Energies Releasing, which is all about cutting cords, and it's a self-sufficient group. And if anybody watching this wants to go in there, but you have to commit yourself for 30 days, because it's a sequence of little words that you listen to. You don't have to do anything, you just have to listen for 2.5 minutes in the morning and 2.5 minutes in the evening. You just listen to what I'm saying for 30 days though. You have to do it for the 30 days because it works on all your chakras and rebalancing and stuff like that. And you're quite welcome to go in there if you want to commit yourself to that time. Send me a message or tell me on here that you want to go into that group, but make sure you tag me, and you can just get on with it. So that's another way, cutting cords, that is. Sometimes people call it severing ties. So another way, I believe in writing stuff down. I believe in the visual so much. So another way to do this sort of releasing and letting go is to draw yourself. You can be more artistic if you like, and then you can have cords which are, you know, you can have these lines here that are coming, all connecting to you, and then you can write words in here like fear, anger, release, let me go. You can write people's names, Margaret, Ben, Freddie, and all things that you want to let go of. And then you can go through and kind of scrub through that line and say, I am releasing this, I am releasing whatever you've written there. So you can scrub through all of those things. And again, you can rip that up and burn it. So that's just another little way. But when you're doing these sort of releasings, you don't have to make sense. You don't have to feel that you're writing an essay, or that you're feeling that you're writing something, you know, that someone else is going to read, because they're not. This is personal to you. But please don't write it and put it in a drawer, because your mind will go to the drawer and you're not really releasing it then. The other thing that I do is called dangly circles. So you can draw something like this. You can write something in here. This is for you. So you could put, I am positively releasing, or I am ready to release, I am releasing here, or I release everything with love. Write that in here. And then in each of these circles, you write something that that you need to let go of. So you might need to let go of fear. You might need to let go of Uncle Bill or Auntie Fred or 6 exes. You know, all those different things that you need to let go of. You write in your dangly circles. You can put more in here. It doesn't matter. But then what I do is I cut around these so that these dangle like this. And then I get my scissors and I cut through these lines. So then you say to yourself, I am ready to release with love this, and you speak this, and then you cut it. So you cut it and it takes it away. And it's that cutting action that you feel inside you. So it's just such an amazing feeling. And you do notice that when things are difficult to cut, or you might not be able to cut it straight away, and it's like, oh, why can't I do that? And it's because you're holding back on letting go. But you can do it, and you will. So, you know, you can get your big scissors like these, or you can have some little nail scissors, or whatever you want. But that's called dangly circles in my circle. That's called dangly circles, and I made that up the other week in a different group that I was working with. The other thing I do or would talk about is self-talk. So self-talk to me is amazing. Like, I woke up this morning and I couldn't be arsed basically to get out of bed, and that's not like me. Normally I'm jumping out of bed 5, 6 o'clock, full of energy and ready to go. And it was dark and I thought, oh, I can't be bothered to get up today. And I lay there in bed, and then I thought, you know, you have to change your way of thinking. So I did some self-talk to myself, and I said, come on, you've got this to do and that to do, get on with it. Then you can do whatever you want in the afternoon. I give myself something to do. I'll say, come on, get up and get on with it. Then you can watch a film in the afternoon. I talk to myself like a child, you know, but that kind of thing I would do. So self-talking yourself to get up in the morning, self-talking yourself to go out, self-talking yourself into a job or letting go of something that you need to do very, very slowly, self-talking you into that. So self-talk is massive to help anybody with mental health. So to those of you that are just coming in, we're talking about mental health, and I love that pink hair. I don't know who that was, just popping in there. But we're talking about mental health and ways to release things that no longer serve you. And we've done cutting cords, severing ties, write it, rip it, self-talk, and changing the words, which we did the other day, really. We did the change in the words. So if you're always saying that you're stuck and stagnant, if you're always saying, oh, that's not for me, it's for somebody else, it's all about changing those words, saying that everything that comes onto my path is for me and I'm more than capable of doing it. Things like that, just to give you that confidence to help you to move forward. So what does anybody do on here? I know we've got many on because it's a funny time today, isn't it? But it will be 1 o'clock again tomorrow. But what ways does anybody on here feel that they use to help themselves to let go of things? What do you do? Or do you just keep it? How do you release? I know Georgina does the writing. Now, sometimes when you're doing the writing, it works first time, but sometimes you need to do it every day for a month or something, because there's always something, a little something extra that's inside you that will need to be released. So it's important to have that releasing, to do that releasing, and continually do it until you start to feel better, because it's not a one release wonder. It takes time to do that releasing. So who does anything else? Anything that I haven't said? Anything that I haven't talked about? Who does anything else? Let's have a look. I always do it every day. Yes, that's a good thing to do, Georgina, to do it every day. When you've done it for a month, have a look at what you're doing and just have a bit of a reset. Just say, okay, well, I've been doing this. I feel this different from that. How can I change it? How can I zhuzh it up and make it stronger as you move forward? Walking in nature, says Leah. That's good. You know, sometimes surrendering. I didn't say talk about surrendering, but sometimes we can surrender things to the universe. You know, you can say, hey, universe, I don't need this, or please take this away, or keep that. And I think when you're out in nature, that's an amazing place or space to do that. You know, because surrendering to me is all about putting your arms up and sending something to the universe. You don't have to do that. It just works for me. But surrendering, letting go, releasing, and talking in nature as well. You know, you can talk to the universe, whatever your thing is. So talking is another way of releasing whilst you're in nature. Throwing stones into water. You know, you can imagine you've written something on a stone, or you've got a thought with a stone, and as you throw it into the water, you're throwing it away from yourself. Releasing is all about taking it away from yourself. So whether you're throwing it into water, cutting the cords that no longer serve you, using different words, it's all about getting it away from your subconscious, which is where you've kept everything all that time. Oh, that's beautiful, Dot. Dot just says, I like to sit by the lake and release to the waves. That's beautiful. Yeah, so you can watch the waves lapping and going out and taking things out. You can also visualize your words dancing on the waves at the same time and then being sucked under the water and you don't know where they go. The whole point is to get rid of things and so you don't know where they are. Like the burn it and flushing it down the toilet. You don't know where it's gone. And, you know, like you say, with the waves and walking in nature, when you surrender to the universe, you don't know where it's gone. And the same with the lake, the waves, the ocean, you don't know where it's gone. And that's the good thing, because when you think about it, you just think, oh, it's gone. because you don't know where it's gone. You can't say, oh, it's on a street, or oh, it's in a basket or in a box, because it isn't, because it's all gone. So that's the trick to making these sort of things work, is to make it gone, if you like. So that's important to do that. Can anybody think of anything else? And if you're watching on replay, you know, put your comments in here on replay. For those of you that haven't looked at Realign to Your True Self, which is all about releasing, then, you know, pop along. I've put the link in here. I think most of you know about it. But other than that, you can connect to me on there. So that's all good. I think I've gone through everything that I wanted to talk about. So if anybody's got anything else they want to ask or say, then feel free to do. So you could do that now if you want. I can't remember who I gave, because I give 30-minute talk, 30 minutes with me. So if I give 30 minutes to Leah. So what I do on each of these sessions, these 4-5 sessions this week, I give away a 30-minute session with me. So you can either do the Realign to Your True Self and then have a session with me after, so you can see what things have come up, or you can just have a 30-minute session with me whenever you're ready. But I'm giving Leah one today. So I don't know if you'll be joining the group, Leah, or... I mean, you don't have to have the 30-minute session. I'm just offering it out there. So if you just let me know either on here or in Messenger if you want to accept that, and then we can work out a suitable time to chat. But it's a 30-minute talk about whatever you want to talk about. Yeah. So that's there for Leah. You just let me know when you're ready. I'd like to do it this year or as soon as you like, unless you're doing the Realign to Your True Self. How do you understand that someone is blaming me? Make them... Oh, hang on, let me say this. How do you understand that someone is blaming me to make them feel good? You don't need to, you just need to forget it. You need to not focus on the blame and be in acceptance. So you have to, this is difficult, but well, I can be adaptable, Leah. For 30 minutes I can just be adaptable. You just let me know. What time is it there for you now? Night time? Because I can start working at 8 in the morning, and I prefer earlier morning than late nights. We'll look at the times. Anyway, we'll fit it in. How do you understand that someone... You don't need to understand. You need to accept that someone has done blaming or is blaming to make them feel good or better. So that blame that they're doing, you know, is making them feel better. So you need to accept it. You can't change anything. If you can't change anything and it's affecting you, you need to accept it. So your action step for someone else's blame is to accept. So you say, I say, dear universe, so you know me. So dear universal energies, thank you for allowing me to recognize the blame that blah blah is giving out. However, I am ready to accept that it was their choice to do that. It was their choice to do it. I am ready now to move forward with abundance. So you're saying, I accept that that person's giving me blame. However, I'm also accepting that it was his choice to do it. And it kind of pushes it, like I said the other day, it pushes it to one side. But you need to say that as a little mantra time and time and time again until you stop feeling that blame. Because you're just taking it on board, which I know you do, and it's easy to do. And you take it on board, but then you need to say, actually, I'm not responsible for what he does to me. So I accept that he's done it. Off you go, you know, and then they will start to go. Though that feeling of you taking the blame will also start to go. But you need to create yourself a little mantra like the one that I just said and keep saying it. Write it down on a piece of paper and keep saying it, you know. sometimes, oh, I've got it here. I always have, look, like I write things like this. I write things on a strip of paper and then I have them around. And if it's something that I really need to say that I know I won't remember, then I just get my piece of paper and I might put the date on when I started saying it. And then the date, you know, when I think, oh, I'm feeling a bit better about that, and then just do a few extras. But it's all about accepting that it was their choice, not yours. If you try and put it onto you, then you'll never let go. You've got to leave it there. Yeah. Anyway, whenever you're ready, Leah, you just get in touch with me and we'll work it out. I'll leave it to you to get in touch with me. Yeah, so I feel that I've finished now. I've said everything that I wanted to say. Power of advice, thank you so much. You're welcome. And it does work, Georgina. I've done it with so many people and myself. You know, when I've been in relationships years ago where I got beat up, I had to put the accept. I accept that that person chose to do that to me, and I now release it. So, you know, you can let that go. I write things on little pieces of paper and put them in a jar, and once a week or so I will pick one out to read it, burn it. Exactly. So if it's a negative, some people have a negative and a positive jar. So you read all the positives and then you, like you say, you read and burn the negatives. Well done, Dot. That's really good. Yeah. Everybody has their own little take on what to do, what feels right for them. All the things that I've said to you today, you just find your own variation on it, but make sure it's a positive variation. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to go now and just thank you all for being here. I will be on again at 1 o'clock tomorrow. Can't remember what I'm looking at. I haven't got my piece of paper here with it written down. But anyway, I should be on at 1 o'clock tomorrow, and that'll be the last one in this week of little mental health help. So thank you so much for those of you that come on these, and I will see some of you tomorrow. Take care, everyone. You too, Leah. Thank you.